This slide tells it all. Behaviors are messages. When we are confronted with interfering or challenging behavior, look at it from this perspective. Our job is to determine what the child is communicating with his behavior and then to give him a more appropriate way to receive the same thing. This is called functional equivalence, and it is a very important concept when we're developing behavior plans. For example, we've all seen this kind of behavior. Emma does not come to circle time with the other children. She continues to play with the toys she chose during free time, and she cries and resists when the paraeducator tries to physically assist her to the circle time area. We've taken our data and we've determined that Emma is communicating that she doesn't want to come to circle time. The functionally equivalent behavior would be to give Emma a way to appropriately avoid circle time. Now, this is hard for some teachers and staff members to understand, but this is where we start. Can we develop procedures to help Emma tolerate circle time later? Of course, but that's not where we start.
We can generally divide behavioral function into just a few broad categories. Almost all human behavior is performed in order to either obtain or avoid something. The challenging behavior might be to obtain attention. For example, we might discover our little student typically acts out when she has not received attention over a length of time. Some behaviors are present because the child is seeking sensory stimulation. Perhaps you have seen a child who wedges himself into a very small space. He may be seeking the deep pressure that such behavior gets for him. A challenging behavior may have the function of obtaining a preferred activity. Chris presents challenging behavior when he does not have access to his favorite toy train. Very commonly, the challenging behavior is an effort to avoid or escape something the student perceives as aversive. Hiding behaviors, such as moving behind or under a desk, may serve to avoid attention. We often see children putting their hands over their ears or even leaving the room in order to escape aversive sensory stimulation. Casey swipes everything off his table when he is asked to work with sticky or messy materials. This is an example of using a challenging behavior to avoid a non-preferred activity. It is not uncommon to see preschoolers throw a non-preferred object rather than returning it to the toy box and simply putting it down. It is important to remember that a single behavior can have multiple functions, and several behaviors can be used to communicate the same function. For example, a child might bite another student in order to obtain a toy he wants, but may also bite when he wants to be left alone.